Taking a smoke break since I'm saving. Bear with me. Appreciate it. Oh, I said, oh Lord.
Look, it's so cute. You can get the gorilla. I just want two at one time. No. Oh, that's Sarah. I just love them two together.
Ultimate Cruising right now. She said a piece of person. They did do this shit.
Going. Shit, I don't know. This 6 inch, huh? Okay. Right. It's like this in the air dryer.
Yeah,
Which one you doing?
you throw it on, man. You good? What you warming up?
Do a piece of it. I'm doing it. Trash bag from the clothes they got from the Kelly jail. It's take that shit up. And he can put my daughter in the house when she get to college. And I'm gonna have to do that. No, that's you give me my responsibility. It is. I just.
The defense, however, would paint a far more disturbing picture. They argued the officers had abandoned a domestic violence victim.
No, this is so weird. There's a color, you know, this is so. And he's not feeling about really quick. Because I had to just. So technically, when I told you, okay, you can make up, then I could have done with the anyway. I'm allowed to. So, I'll shoot the contract. I said, we are, we have to ask. And so we not here, yeah, no, right? I'm honestly, I can hear them. I can hear them. I think I can hear them. Yes, I can. You see her in Hey, stop. This one, you're terrorizing. Stop. He didn't stop. You're gonna stop. You do not listen to me. I'm being said. I'm not listening. What's being said? You told me you've been saying this. You think you're in the old, you just got to just in the jail. You say that. Okay, no rest. Yeah, what? Is everybody like,
The officer made was given time to be a professional turning point. The prosecution would later argued that the officers were justified in leaving because they saw an immediate future, just a morally couple needed to pull off. The defense, however, would paint a far more disturbing picture. They argued the officers had abandoned a domestic violence victim despite clear warning signs, multiple 911 calls, or documented clear. Contested aspects of the case. According to later documents, an argument continued in some consequence looked to her dramatically. The prosecution claimed Juanita had acted in accusation, deliberately returning to confront Demonte. The defense maintained she only got these weapons after the situation escalated further, fearing for her safety after previous assaults. Despite their efforts, this little gunshot to his chest proved fatal. Monty Smith was dead shortly after. Quenisha Johnson would eventually stand trial in August 2023, 9 months after DeMonte's death. As the trial began in DeKalb County Superior Court, prosecutors called their first witness, DeMonte's ex-girlfriend. Her testimony revealed a crucial detail. She told jurors that Demonte had asked her to order him an Uber from Quenisha's house. Phone records confirmed that the rideshare vehicle was already en route when the shooting occurred, suggesting Demonte had planned to leave the situation entirely. A great person, yeah, was not from here. Always. Following the ex-girlfriend's glowing character testimony, the defense revealed a very different side to Demonte. The jury would hear about an extensive criminal record, including an arrest just 4 months before his death in July 2022. The charges included possession of a weapon during possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. More damaging still, at the time of that arrest, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office had active warrants out for charges of stolen street violence and criminal behavior. Aisha's claims to take the stand, protested her intentions. In her initial statement to police Australia, immediately after the shooting, she had described seeing her mother hit Demonte very quickly. But now, months later in trial, her story would change dramatically. She testified that it was actually Demonte who was struck. This led police officers to suggest that the government might have testified in her mother's favor. She demonstrated to she Aisha, Avery, and Demonte, questioning her parenting and lifestyle, deliberately retrieved both weapons from her car before confronting him. They emphasized her words to police before the shooting, suggesting she had already decided what she would do. The defense portrayed a frightened victim who had done everything right, calling 911 multiple times, begging for police protection, and only resorting to violence when abandoned by law enforcement and left alone with someone who had previously assaulted her. They pointed to Demonte's threatening messages and his history of violence as evidence that Quenisha's fears were well-founded. Quenisha Johnson. For protection. Strong. David was living in business. Police officer. She was like defenseless against a female accuser. Police officers. Demonte's holding his infant child. And she fearlessly approaches Demonte and tries to grab the kid. And then, not only that, the entire time, y'all get to hear she says things like, that's not even your baby, that's not even your kid, you're not even on the birth certificate, I'm gonna disappear again for 3 hours. After weighing days of emotional testimony and complex evidence, the jury delivered their verdict. While acquitting Quenisha Johnson of malice murder, they found her guilty of voluntary manslaughter and all remaining charges. The decision set the stage for what many legal observers considered an unusually nuanced sentencing from Judge Shantiana Morris. Rather than imposing the prosecution's requested 25-year sentence, Judge Morris structured a 20-year term that acknowledged both the gravity of the offense and the circumstances surrounding it. The sentence was divided into 3 distinct phases: 5 years in state prison, followed by 5 years of home confinement, and concluding with 10 years of probation. The conditions of her home confinement period were precisely defined. Quenisha would be permitted to leave only between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., and solely for specific purposes: work, which she was required to maintain, medical appointments, or her children's school-related activities. The judge also included a strict prohibition against having anyone with a felony conviction in her home during the entire duration of her sentence. In what legal experts deemed a significant departure from typical proceedings in manslaughter cases, Judge Morris granted Quenisha an appeal bond. This critical decision meant that rather than beginning her prison term immediately, she would remain under house arrest while her attorneys pursued an appeal of her conviction. When granting this unusual reprieve, Morris specifically cited the sequence of events leading to the shooting, noting that Quanisha had called the alarm company, called local law enforcement, not once, not twice, but 3 times before the fatal confrontation.
Hey, so today I'm going to show you how I do my list with quickly behind the hairline. And the hair I'm going to be using is just some, just all types of hair that I already had at home. Just grab hair and I'm going to piece of hair. So, I'm just going to this lace enclosure. As far as parting, I'm going to leave out, I'm going to put everybody's hair out. So he has his lid. Like I'm gonna carry it out and just the very outside, like the inner parts of my hairline. So I leave all the inner parts of my hairline out and everything that's full, I just leave it right there. And you see the braid down, so it's just 2 braids down inside, those are like the anchor braids, and then straight everything else. So I'm nosy, but it has to be spread. Because I'm gonna hit with the first layer. I'm greedy, but I'm loaded this time. Got a valid excuse this time. Huh? I can't hear you. I'm on the mic on the recording. Oh, okay. Like when you use the Got2b spray, it kind of lets the product sit on this particular shield, sit on the top of your hair. That's what it's supposed to do, so you can create a good protective barrier from the glue. I did 2 layers. So the first layer was kind of a little bit on the thicker side, and then the second one was kind of just a thin layer. You don't have to do 2 layers if you don't want to. I'm just extra. So you see how you can see the product is sitting on the hair. That's what you want to go for because this is water soluble. So whenever it's time to take it out, all you have to do is get it in the water. And as long as it's warm enough, it should start to just kind of slip out. Now I decided on the style because my hair is undergone a lot of heat damage. As you can see my front, I got bangs in the front, like they're ate up, okay? So I feel like this is a good option for me to try to do some protective styling because not so ends because I can't really sew my own hair that good. So I opted for the quick weave. So anyway, now here I am trying to my middle part, cut the cap from my middle part. The mistake I made was I went over that part that got to be sprayed and the shoe when I was supposed to skip
I'm
that
back.
spot, but I actually just forgot. So something was negative.
Seeing if you're pre-approved will never hurt your credit score. With Capital One pre-approval, you can safely and easily find out which card.
So I'm starting out with my hair already braided, but if your hair is not braided, so you don't have G-braids, you can just do a ponytail, but yeah. So I'm just going to take a bobby pin and pin up my braids so that they're laying flat against my head. Um, there's different methods you can do. You can do like a small ponytail, or you can thread the braids like underneath each other, whatever you need to make it flat. I just like using bobby pins because it's really simple for me. And now I'm going to go ahead and part out my edges in the front. This is all the hair that I'm going to have left out. I don't want to do too much, just enough to style my natural edges. I am going to make edges in the closure, but this is a closure quick weave, but I wanted to leave out some of my hair too, just to make it look even more natural. And now I'm just taking some gel as an edge brush and brushing back my hair behind my edges, just to make sure it's clean. First time, see how I did? Keep watching. First,
just go ahead and braid your hair. I cannot braid my hair to save my life, so my mom braided my hair, and this is the way I did it. There are a bunch of different ways you can do it, but I decided to use a tan cap. I went ahead and cut some circles or some holes so that my ears can be out, and then I went ahead and sprayed some Vaseline freeze spray, and I used a popsicle stick to kind of smooth it out, y'all. This is also filming for TikTok, so that's why the camera angle looks like this. I wish I was a little bit closer to the camera, but I was trying to be in front of my phone and this camera at the same time. So my bad. Okay, I'm trying to get content on two platforms, but you want to be sprayed, and then you also want to make sure that you blow dry it. And this is the lace that I decided to use. I got it from the beauty supply store because I didn't feel like going to go buy a little more lace. And this is my first time doing it, and just in case I messed up, I didn't want to go ahead and go get a super expensive lace. So this is what I got. It's a 12-inch, and it claims to be pre-plucked already, but I did decide to go ahead and bleach it out and plug it once I decided to wash it. So do what you want to do, but since this is my first time, I needed to get me a beauty supply store closure. And now it's time to measure this lace. So I lined up my lace on my hairline, and then I used this dark lip liner to mark where it starts and where it ends, just so I can have an idea of how long or, how big it is, because next we're going in with this protector. Now, everybody says you need this protector when you do it quickly. I did not realize how
Try the
runny it
chips,
was.
though,
When I watched the videos, it was
please try the
thicker,
chips.
so I was surprised at how runny it was. It was dripping down my hair, so be more careful.
Running the takes out
And I didn't have an applicator for it. I went to like 2 different supply stores, and both of them did not have any of those applicator brushes, which really made me mad. I had to use a freaking edge control brush, but make sure you use this protector, and make sure you get the back of your hair really good, because when you use it, none of the actual hairs from the clips of the tracks get in your hair. You don't want that hair in your hair, especially if you got your like, I cannot imagine that, like, get that glue out of my hair. Like, it's not impossible, but it's, like, difficult. So make sure you use the protector. And I did go in with a little bit more when I filmed it. But make sure it's super dry, because you're not going to apply that getting your tracks on top of the protector if it's not 100% dry. So this is the same.
A lot of people are scared of going to the dentist. A lot of people have a lot of apprehension because of judgment for eating iron. So you can see the dentist in the years with your health.
Start with a phone conversation. You 100%
Prep my hair before I get it out. Wash this out, bring it down, and then wake up and all I gotta do is stop. Set it in the
a jagged edge a little bit. I didn't want it to look super straight. So I went in with the scissors first, and then I used the razor stick, and that's all I decided to cut in that moment, because I didn't want the cap to start moving. And then I went in with the ghost bun to start laying down my lace. I saw a lot of people kind of doing it different ways. I decided to lay down my lace first just to make sure I had it right, because I didn't want to start laying these tracks down, and then it was impossible for me to lay this lace. So I applied a layer of ghost bun with a popsicle stick. Do not use your hand to apply this ghost bun or any type of lace glue. And then I went in with a blow dryer to make sure that it was dry, or at least as translucent as possible. And then you want to go in with another layer. This layer of ghost bun, I decided to not make it as big. I just used a little bit more. And I used 2 different dyes. And then you want to smooth that out and blow dry it, and make sure that it is 100% dry before you apply your closure. And y'all, I personally felt like I have been blow drying my hair all of this install, because you don't want to start laying down lace or laying down tracks if your glue is not dry. So I went in with it was super tangy, and just like it was a perfect amount of color. Like I don't know how long I put those 2 layers on my
Take that lace, whether it's expensive lace or you just don't have money to lose, and just slow it down. Well, I decided not to slow it down. And then after I applied that black hair on the plates or on the corners of the
I'm
plates,
gonna
I
stay
went
and talk
and
about this
pressed out
hair.
the corners with a comb.
You know,
I just
as I say, I'm gonna do it on
this
this.
lace out, and then I also went in and blow dried a lot.
But guys are gonna be paying these bitches when I can be buying shit.
That is 110% dry. You don't want to have it lifted at the wrong times and it's having stuff just inconvenient to you. So during the first time, just make sure that it is up. Also, sorry. This isn't new, like I said, this isn't new at all. It was new here. I already biggest cost of here for my first time, but these are old ones that I decided to refurbish and wash to use for this week. Technically, I use for this Smart, I was getting everywhere. Untangle the mess and then comb it out because so I know I mentioned that in the last period, it's like a necessity for me that I'm faced with another thing that is an absolute necessity for me is a wax stick. Do not try to lay down a soldier, a frontal, a wig, whatever. Don't try to lay it down without a left or a wax stick. Now that wax stick kind of just gives it that shine and it
I
like
could
gives
just
it
slay this
body
motherfucker.
ways. And although this was a beauty supply lace closure, I actually like it. Now, the front needs a little bit of work, and I'll work that out. But like, the parts looks really good to me. Especially once I use that wax stick to kind of get rid of those flyaways and all. It was giving natural. It was giving